Hey guys. Hello everyone. Be quiet, Remy. Be quiet. Be quiet. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to start getting notifications. We'll stay on for an hour or two because I gotta finish doing my labs. How you doing, Miss Lakita? What's up, the Sipe dog? Be quiet, Remy. Hey, Tyranny. Hey, Diane. She said I was just watching your last show. I can't make this stuff up. What's up, Shanban? Yeah, and guess who called me? He called me last night and this morning. Castelia Sammy. He got the number from off here and called. He said, "Hey, it's your twins' dad." Hey, on one we go. Gina. Yeah, Sammy called me. Hey, Blackout. He said, "What? Listen, I took her home. Oh, I'm telling you, I took her home. She been trying to take over and be the star of the show ever since she was a newborn baby child. When I was keeping her every day while her mama was at work, she was being the star of the show. Then he said, "Sammy got get Sammy on line one. I'm gonna put the number up." So I can't wait to hear what he said. We're gonna wait and start letting people come in. Y'all know we normally wait 5 minutes. Sammy is the reason. Hey, Justice for Dog. I hope he'll come into the if he subscribed, he'll see that I'm on. Yeah, we normally wait like 5 minutes to start letting everybody come in. Hey, Natanya. Joy loves God. How is everybody doing? I hope that you all are doing good. What's up, Sammy? There goes Sammy here in the chat. Y'all, Sammy in the chat. Hold on, y'all. What's up, Sammy? Hold on, you all. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Listen, Sammy Coat Figure. That's another vlogger. He wanted for me to hold on, you all. Y'all run. Sammy is in the chat. Okay. You all I hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see something. We want Sammy to call in. Y'all make sure y'all hit up Sammy's Cash App. It's $ Tina T 51. $ Tina T 51. TINAT 51. What's up, Stanley? Yep, that's it. $ Tina T 51. Hey, Deuce Dizzle. Hey, Steel Case Machine. Y'all make sure y'all run the likes up. Okay, you guys. Y'all know on yesterday a video was circulating. Okay. A video was circulating about with Hernandez Govan and Castelia Sammy. Okay. I was like I said, they came into the chat, at first I thought it was like an AI type thing. I didn't even think that it was real. And of course, he said the feds had to scrap him off the street. I didn't even think it was real. Okay. But it ended up being real. Okay. And so then so then Sammy's cousin was in the chat, and she called in and she said she told Sammy to come into the chat. And he actually came into the chat last night, and he's actually in the chat right now. Okay. He said, yes, I saw Govan was really fighting. He said Stanley, none much, just knocking out exclusive videos for tonight. But anyways, you guys, what was the breakdown of it? Now, Sammy was just in the chat. We would like for him to call in and just say a little something if he would. How did it happen? I think he said he just spotted him. I think he said that he just spotted him. Hold on 1 second, you all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to pull something up. I think the thing that was shocking about the situation, I think the thing that was shocking about the situation is that everybody was kind of shocked that that Govan was just kind of walking around the city, just standing out in North Memphis. I think that was really shocking to everybody. And so I don't know if Castelia Sammy just spotted him or what. Okay. He said, "Why was Govan in North Memphis?" But they said it was his first day out. Maybe he had just gotten up out of jail. Okay. Maybe he had just gotten out of jail or something like that, but he was standing out in North Memphis, okay? And he spotted him. Hold on, y'all. He said he don't have any idea. Well, I think a lot of people would have thought that, with him. I mean, but here's the thing, even when Straight Drop was down at 201 Poplar, he was in jail, and there was fights and things of that nature. Like, you had people that was from out of the Castelia area jumping out of cells and stuff on him. Okay. They was jumping up out of cells on him. So I mean, listen, it seemed like to me when people have issues and they want you, they are gonna get you. Okay. They gonna get you. And hey, I'm not saying that I, agree with violence or anything like that, but I think it's something to be said about the little dude didn't jump out on him and start popping him up. He ain't surprise him. He ain't had no weapons on him. Hey, he jumped out and was like, let's duke this out. Okay. We know now that in this day and time, so a lot of these young people are so weak. When they jump out on you, they feel like they want to shoot. They don't want to throw no hands because they don't know how to throw hands. Okay. Because in our day, y'all know we when we had an issue, we fought it out. But y'all see what they did with Dolph. They jumped out on Dolph. Unfortunately, Straight Drop had issues with Dolph. He jumped out on him. He didn't know how to go to him as a man, right? Unfortunately, he jumped out on and took his life. So I mean, that's something to be said. So when people say, well, hey, what's gonna be, should Sammy watch his back? I mean, why should he? Sammy he didn't have no, if he had weapons, he didn't pull them out at all. Okay, he wasn't trying to take the man out. Okay, he just wanted, right, they just wanted him to swear up. They just wanted to duke it out. And you always hear Govan say, he says that he can't hear me. You can't hear me? Y'all, can y'all hear me? It might be your earplugs, Sammy. It might be your earplugs if you can't hear me. They say he been popping it online since the trial. Govan got what he needed. Sammy stood on real man business. Okay. Okay, so I'm clear. So it might be your ear sets, Sammy, if you can't hear me. He says yeah. So listen, hey, Sammy, we want you to call in and just say a little something if you want to. Okay. They said drop the link so Sammy can join the live better that way. If I drop the link, you'll have people trying to hack at the link. It'd be better if he called in. It'd be better if he called in, because if I drop the link, they'll be trying to hack at the link. I don't, you know. So, what's up, joke free? But hey, I don't think it's a listen. Govan always says that he wants to, he want to get into the ring and box. So I mean, he wants to get into the, that was, I think that was fair and square. I think that was fair and square. As a matter, I can appreciate the little brother not, you know, they didn't take it to weapons and things of that nature. Okay, because I mean, you got the straight drops and stuff of the world. They feel that you couldn't pay them to throw no hands. They too scared to. They don't know how to do anything without a weapon, without trying to kill somebody. So hey, I ain't nowhere in the world. I'm just telling you, when Sammy jumped out, I don't even know why Govan took that fight. I mean, when he took his shirt off, Govan should just went on and jumped up in his car, okay, and left. Cause I don't know why these old dudes feel like they can fight with these young. They ain't got the breath, the strength, the swiftness, none of it. Okay, they ain't got none of that. Okay, so it's best that he should have just went on ahead and said, "You got it." He should have said, "You got it." He should have said, "You got this," and went on. But he didn't. They said he was ego tripping. They said no gym membership. Hey, Letitia Moore. But I'm getting ready. I'm trying to pull it up. Here it is right here. And he said he was in the north with it.
I'm gonna beat this man ass, fool. Watch this, fool. I'm gonna beat this man ass, fool. At this park. Watch this. Watch this. Come on, right here, fool. Come on, right here, fool. Come right here, fool. Come right here, fool. I'm going to get on line, fool. I'm just on line. Come on, right here. I'm like, real shit, fool. Come on, fool. I know. What you going? What you going to do? Wait, fool. I know. You gonna start shooting. I know you gonna start shooting. Come on, fool. No, I'm gonna see you hit you, fool. You got to try to cut my ass, all right? Come on, fool. You don't go back none of that, fool. I don't go back none of that, fool. Come on, fool.
Listen, y'all. It was at that point that Govan should have went on ahead and got back in his car. It was at that point, okay, that he should have went on ahead and got back into his car. Okay, honey, I'm gonna turn it off because this show is clicking. I'm gonna turn it off, okay?
Come on, fool. Come on, fool. Come on, fool. Man, come on, fool. Man, fool. You in your gas, 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 fool. Come on, fool. Come on, just come right here, fool. Just come right here, fool. Come on right here. Come on. Come on, fool. I know she gonna do, cuz. I know she gonna do, cuz. So you scared, cuz. Oh, God, bro, scared, fool. Bro. Mom, what's up, man? Come right here, man, cuz. Come right here. Come right here, cuz. Watch this, cuz. Call me, cuz. I'm got my phone dead, fool. My phone dead, shit, cuz I'm beating my ass on live, cuz. Oh, God, cuz. My phone is dead, cuz. I'm gonna be able to knock his ass. Oh, God. I'm in the know. Oh, God, I'm in the know.
Oh, okay, hold on. It didn't come through. I'm calling you now. I see it's missed. Hey, Sammy.
Going on.
What you want to say to the people?
To be honest, I don't got nothing to say. I just let the internet do not talk. I just let the internet do the talking. I don't do no talking. If people want interviews, let them know. My people say $2,500 for a talk, $5,000 for a pull up and do an interview.
Okay.
But it ain't too much to be said though. The internet said it all. I ain't say nothing. The internet said it all. You know, it just shit went down. That's all. Shit just went down.
It just went down. So were you born and raised up in Castalia?
Yeah, I'm from the hood.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you got a lot of people that, hey, that's riding for Young Dolph. They, you know, they happy.
Yeah. But, it's crazy. It's really blowing up all over the internet right now.
Yeah, I see you been all over. You've been on like I forget the name, that World Star. All of that.
Yeah. Well, Instagram, Mine, Tennessee, St. Cheese, a lot of platforms right now. This shit it really blowing up out of nowhere. I don't even see how it got that far.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can got millions of views by now. I mean, because I've seen it on some of like the channel, like the big vloggers that make that big money.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll be calling you. Vlad probably gonna call you.
You say what now?
I said Vlad probably gonna call you.
You know. I just ain't with all the talking like I told you yesterday on the show. You give me a number, my people got number, they gonna call you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, this morning I woke up and saying your name, your number. I like fuck it. I just called this morning so she can hear my voice. And she said I was young. Like I said, I'm young, but I ain't that young though.
Yeah, you told me how old you was. We got your Cash App up. It's Tina T 51, and then there's a vlogger named Coat Figure that had asked for your Cash App. I don't know if you were the young man named Marcus from out of Castelia. The young man that got into a fight with Straight Drop when Straight Drop first went to jail. Coat Figure, it was his channel that filled up, as they call it, the canteen. See, I didn't even know what the canteen was. That's slang, I guess, for putting on the books or whatever. But he also says that he asked for your Cash App. I sent it to him, and he says that he's going to get the people from his channel to send you something. It's a lot of people, from around the world that love Young Dolph. But I know you want to save like your exclusives and stuff for your 2,500 for the vloggers that's gonna pay you the 2,500. So I ain't trying to press you to say nothing. I know you want to save your exclusives. I'm not that type of person to do that. Because I want you to get your money. I do. I want you to get your money. You there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, I want you to get your I mean, for you to have jumped out there like that, you sure is a quiet person.
I don't do no talk. I don't do no talk.
Oh, you don't do no talking. You just do the walking, huh?
You can say that like that.
You just do the walking. I tell you. Well, I'm gonna say this to you, young brother. I want you to, because I mean, I don't know a lot about their street stuff. I don't claim to know a lot about it, but I do want you to make sure that you are careful, because I just want you to make sure that you are, and I'm sure that you are. You've been out there for a long time. I see, you got a child, and I want you to just make sure you keep your head on swivel and stuff like that, because and I know that you will. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you called in. Oh, and I'm telling people, he said that he's not that young, because I did say, because I thought you was like 23, 24. He's like 30 years old.
Something like that,
yeah. And I think we were able to get because Snoop Bands put the video up on his, because I didn't know it happened. Some people in my chat last night, they was like, Snoop Bands put up a video of Snoop Bands put it up on his Instagram page.
Yeah, Snoop Bands. That's my brother. My brother was good together, blood brothers. That's the mother for real.
Oh, for real? That's your blood brother, or y'all just?
Yeah, we go from children to men.
Yeah.
That we know everybody. Everybody know everybody. Like they know, just know. I know the person on the internet. Hell no. That's my My blood for real.
I see Paper Route Woo had put. I saw that when everybody was looking at your channel last night. We saw Paper Route Woo and all of them commenting. They was like, he know everybody.
I'm in the street, I'm in the street. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I can't help who I know, who I grew up with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just life. It's just life.
Well, I want to ask you this: Did you ever get the Did you ever meet Young Dolph?
Did I ever meet Young Dolph? That's a question. That's a crazy question to answer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, then that means you grew up. That means you grew up around him.
But yeah, though, I knew Dolph personally. Like, it wasn't just no internet or no, you know what I'm saying, no video. Knew him personally, like, you know what I'm saying, real stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying, like positive, productive. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, a big brother, role model. You know what I'm saying. It's all.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I know him personally though. You know what I'm saying.
Well, that's awesome. I'm gonna tell you something. Like, as you probably can tell that I'm not in the street, but I did start vlogging on. I started vlogging on the Young Dolph case because when everything first happened, people around Memphis basically already knew what happened. So I was so naive. I was like, dog, they got all these different narratives. That's not what happened. Like, they going in a different direction. Like, everybody basically knew where it came from. And so I started vlogging about it. And then that's when I started learning about his philanthropy and how he, was giving back to his community, and then started seeing videos of how he just gave stuff away. And then the thing that was so impressive, like you got a dude that came from nothing, like came up out of Castelia. And there go Coke Figure News. Coke Figure. Oh, also Coke Figure, like I said, he was the young man that he's another vlogger. He's in the chat. I sent him your Cash App. He said he want to fill up your canteen. Okay. He said he want to get his people to fill up your canteen too. And so, so I started vlogging, on him. I started learning about dog. Like, this is a dude that came out of Castelia that learned the game, like, and teaching the other little dudes the game as far as the music industry, where a lot of Black young men get taken advantage of. And so I was like, dog, like, you don't find that. A lot of dudes sign those deals and then they become slaves, but you got a boy that took the opportunity that, to learn the game and not be a slave, and then teach the game to the other young dudes, and was doing it. And I feel like they just cut him down in the midst of helping our community. And that's one of the reasons why I always vlog on the Dolph case, because I want people to know, like, we had a brother that learned the game, that came from nothing and gained everything, and he was just chopped down for jealousy. So that's why, because I work every day. Vlogging don't really pay me a whole lot of money. I just enjoy kicking a lot of knowledge and just communicating with the community and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Justice for Dolph, that's another channel. He said he's going to get his viewers to Cash App you money too, okay?
All right.
And I got your Cash App up, y'all. His Cash App is $Tina T51. Y'all make sure y'all start sending it. Are you able to see that Cash App? Are you getting to, because it was a lot of Tina T's. Are you getting that money?
Yeah. I say something come through.
Okay.
Like I say, I'm a man of my word. I told you earlier, I called you earlier. You go live, I said a couple of times. Not too much, you know what I'm saying? It's just, like I say, the internet is blowing it up proportions, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know gonna do all this, you know what I'm saying? That's all that was.
Well, the internet doing it, and like I said, I want you to be careful too. You understand me? And I want you to, yeah, because I see that you got a child and stuff. I want you to be careful.
You know that thing, hey man, say mine.
But you're gonna be all right though. You'll be okay.
Really
and I want to say this, because let me just put this out there. I'm not saying that I condone violence, but I think it's something to be seen where, and it's a honor to it. You didn't jump out with no weapon or anything. And that's something you don't see a lot of young dudes do. Like they don't be, they don't know how to fight. So they jump out and they want to shoot somebody. But hey, you didn't jump out on him and want to, do that. Hey, you offer to just throw your hands.
Robert say, he gave him a question, you could test me or anything, you know what I'm saying? I think I did fall, so behind your phone, so I got that phone too long. So I'm finna get my day started and get outside right quick.
Okay, hon. You have a good day. Be careful, okay?
I got you, mama. I got you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Wow. All right, y'all. Shout out to Castelia Sammy. Of course, he has said he gonna do the $2,500 interviews, but he was humble enough to call in because he actually called me last night. I didn't know the number, so I didn't answer the phone. And then he called me this morning, and he said, I said, well, I was gonna wait and just do the interviews with the people that pay me, but he was like, I decided to go ahead and call you because you thought you said you think I'm young, and I'm not that young. I'm like 30 years old. So he called me this morning. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Y'all make sure y'all hit his cash app up. It's $Tina T51. Okay. $Tina T51. He said he just gonna let the internet do the talking. And then I guess we'll see an exclusive, right? Oh yeah, and Petty Talk. Shout out to Petty Talk because Petty Talk did a video on it yesterday too. As a matter of fact, even before I got on, because I wasn't sure. As a matter of fact, even before I got on, Petty Talk was talking about was doing a video on Govan had gone back to jail. Okay. Petty Talk did it, and then I believe that I saw his vlogger do it. And then when we look, Steven was like, yeah, it's true. Because y'all know Steven stay on top of it. It was like, yeah, it's true. I looked it up. He was definitely in jail. So, but shout out to Castelia Sammy. Okay. Let's finish looking at this. Castelia Sammy said he don't do a lot of talking. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all, the ones that's quiet that don't do a lot of talking, you need to be scared of them. Okay. Hold on, you all.
Hello? Are you cool? Fuck wrong with him? Fuck wrong with him? Fuck wrong with him?
Thank you, Diane. Deuce Dizzle says, I'm quiet and don't do a lot of talking. No, he don't do it. Even when he got back up in there, he didn't do a lot of talking. He didn't do a lot of talking.
Fuck wrong with him? Ding him! Ding him! Beat him. Stop playing with me. Beat him. Beat him. Come on, man. They ain't fucking with me now. Stop that. I'm diving and now with it. I'm diving now with it. No cap. Stop playing. Hey. Yeah. Like that, get after like that for real. If I ain't pull my hand, cuz, I stop that. What the fuck, cuz? You pulling her? Ah, yeah, I can beat you. I can beat you. I stop that. Come on, man. Hey, I stop that, cuz. Hey, these hoes hurt. Stop that. These hoes hurt. I stop that. Nigga said we can pull up and jet. We can pull up and jet for real. Stop that. I'm with all that. I'm God. Nigga, I'm in the know with it. Let's stop that. Nigga, pull my heart. Get your ass, nigga. Oh God. Boy, shit like this. That boy shit like this. I have a charge in mine. You know,
He said he might have a charge tomorrow.
stop playing with this shit, cuz. Literally. This shit get ugly, man. Stop playing. You know, fuck. He gave me sit down somewhere, old ass nigga. I told the old nigga sit down.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He said, I told the old nigga to sit down. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. He said he told him to sit. He said, I told the old nigga to sit down. Lord have mercy.
Hey. No cap.
So y'all, when he's younger, when he's
Hey.
it happened on June the 12th. Yesterday was the 13th. It happened on June the 12th, Derek. It's saying June the 12th. The live says June 12th, which would have been Friday. Friday at 8:11 p.m. So that happened Friday at 8:11 p.m. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. I don't know. That looked like him to me. I don't know. I think that's him. I it looks like him to me, Derek. I promise y'all that looked like him to me. It kind of looks like him to me. Y'all hold on 1 second. Okay, he said on the close-up shot, the guy got on jeans and some old Jordans. Honestly, I think Sammy Cloud chasing. That's why he ain't trying to interview. He said Govan ain't wore no jeans since he been out for the murder. Y'all, where's the close up at? Y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. He said he got arrested yesterday at 11 a.m. at Rite Aid. I'm going to open up the phone line and let you all call in. Hold on, you all. I'm gonna let you all call in, y'all. I just opened up the line. Anybody that want to call in on this situation, call in. The number is 901-501-7975. 901-501-7975. This is Saturday is when he dissed Woody, and his fight was supposed to have taken place on Saturday, but he was not wearing a black shirt when dissing Woody shortly before he got arrested. That video is dated for Friday. They said Govan was picked up for other reasons. I don't think it's Woody. They both be threatening each other, so I don't know. Hey, thanks for calling in to Real Talk with Tamara.
Hi, so I'm going to give you his booking number, his register number.
Who is that?
Good morning. Govan.
Okay.
It's 45436-177. 45436-177. He's out there in the federal side. He's on the federal side. Okay? Look it up. Bye-bye.
Thank you, darling. Okay, y'all. She just called in and gave his number, his booking number. She said he's on the federal side. I'm gonna look it up. Emerald said, thanks for calling in. Derek the Truth says, Emerald, I only know because I'm in city and everyone know me. I can find out anything I need to know. Justice Fidel says, I wonder if that's Miss Jones. I don't know, whoever it was. I don't know who that was. I just went on Govan's Facebook and video of him dissing Woody at 9:35 a.m. and he was not wearing a black shirt. When was Govan picked up? Was he picked up Friday? Sunday says Miss T, did you notice he said he doesn't know the cookie shop people, but knows Cato 2 times, Uncle Lester? Isn't he related to cookie shop owner? I believe I have heard Raymond say that Cato 2 times was related by marriage or something like that. I think I heard her say that. Said he had court Friday. Okay, so he got picked up Thursday and he got let out Friday at around 2:00. He got let out Friday at around 2:00. Hold on, you guys. He says, yes, Kato is their family. Raven and Quet went to the same school, but a few grades apart. Emerald says, Derek said he was arrested at Rite Aid. What was he doing there? Justice for Dawg says, Emerald is probably where Miss Jones is shopping at. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, okay? Make sure y'all hit the like button. Castelia Sammy called in, okay? He called in. He said that he's saving, because his stuff has gone totally viral. He said he's saving his interviews, for an exclusive. Hey Queen, I've been busy. I'm lost in the sauce, here to catch up. Okay. Y'all, did anybody write that number down so I could look it up? Y'all, the lines are open, and I'm gonna just say this because I know people are gonna want to say that, and which it don't really matter what people say, as it relates to folks what they do on their podcast, right? I don't ever try to control what people say and do on their podcast. Okay. Folks might put up stuff on their podcast that I don't agree with. That bears watching and all that type of stuff. They're capable of anything you feel like anytime you feel like you can tell me what I should be talking about. Anytime you feel like you think you could tell me what I should or should not be talking about, right? Because then I gotta try to wonder why you think you could tell me what I can and can't talk about. That's a little scary right there. That comes with obsessiveness and all of that. And so, because anybody that knows has been watching me for the longest, they already know. They can't tell me. Am I still chopping up? They can't tell me what I can talk about on my podcast. Okay. But I'm gonna say this. Yeah, am I still chopping up? Memphis 10 stepping up and changing the narrative. They kept it silent and let Govan go on his slander campaign. Them whoopings will be worse than unaliving. Okay, okay. But let me say this. I think that everybody has an opinion about what has happened as it relates to the Young Dolph situation. And it pisses me off so bad when I hear folks say, well, you taking sides. Motherfucker, I do what I want to do on my podcast. And I done told these bitches and I get mad, okay? I be trying not to go back South Memphis on them, but it pisses me off. I done told these motherfuckers I talk about and say what the fuck I want to say on my shit. And I ain't never been the one to, well, you know, I ain't gonna have no opinion. No, I stand on the side of what's right. It wasn't nothing right about what they did to him. That's the problem now. Ain't nobody willing to stand up and say what they did to that boy was wrong. Ain't nothing about what they did to Young Dolph was right. It's too many jelly back motherfuckers for me. Hell, as a woman, I don't sit on the fence, and I don't like no fence riders. Like I said, I don't deal with folks that sit on the fence because they have splendors up their ass. That's how folks get killed, because folks like to sit on the fence all the time and play both sides. When the truth of the matter is, folks need to be righteous and say, Young Dolph was a damn human being. What they did to him, it wasn't nothing right about it. Don't you motherfuckers ever come into my motherfucking live and think you could tell me what I should be feeling. I've been screaming it from day one, goddammit. What they did to him was wrong, and it ain't gonna change. Got me fucked up. Y'all make me, I mean, don't listen. I'm corporate. Don't make me do this. Listen, just don't come to my live. If you don't like what I say, because listen, I ain't none of y'all's motherfucking woman. Ain't now man I ever been able to control me. You think some people from the internet will? I ain't your motherfucking woman. I ain't got to do what you say do. And I stand on that. They ain't had no business killing him. Period. They ain't had no business killing that boy. Period. Don't you ever think you could tell me how to feel on my shit. Ever. Because then I'm going to think you on the same thing God in them was on. Okay? You got to be on the same thing God in them was on. And if hey, I'm a woman. I'm going to tell you right now, I get the police involved. You think you can control what I say? No, you understand? Because that's why God in them had Dolph killed. They was jealous of him, and then they wanted to try to control him. They couldn't control him. So when folks got that control demon on them, I get scared of them because up at the core of it, it's jealousy. Okay? Woo. When I get to seeing stuff, when folks be sitting up messing with me and I ain't did nothing to them because they want to try to control me, it's a damn shame when folks can't listen. It's folks that come into this live all the time. They might not necessarily agree with what I say. Who would have ever thought that I could communicate and be it could be copacetic as it relates to the truth? When the truth used to come in here, we used to jump over his head. Now when the truth come up in here, he respectful. He might not agree with everything I say, but hey, everybody don't have to agree with what I say. But when he come in here, he ain't disrespectful and he ain't trying to control me. That's the reason why he could rock out up in here. But when you think you're going to attack me because I ain't doing what you want me to do, you're going to have a problem. Don't no motherfucker come up in this live ever thinking that they can tell me how I should be feeling and what I should be saying. I've been standing on it since they killed that boy. Okay? That they did Dolph dirty. And we already know God in them was behind it. And it ain't gonna change. Okay? It ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. I think more of these men need to be taking the stance that I take. I don't care who it is. Listen, I don't want to get in that, but bruh, I'm a righteous brother. What they did to that brother wasn't right. I ain't got nothing to say about it, but what they did to that brother wasn't right. Instead, you got women that's got to come forward and stand up and scream on every rooftop, and then these bitches think they're gonna attack me. Okay. I think it's as it relates to okay, so that interview, because I mean Ratchet had been on the case. Ratchet had been on the case. I think Ratchet and them started vlogging on the Dolph case even before I did. Okay. And so because Ratchet them had known, they knew quite a bit about the case. See, when Govan was going on like Vlad and all them shows, they have bigger platforms, but I don't think they followed the case and did as much research as Ratchet and them was doing in the very beginning. Okay, so Ratchet knew the questions that a lot of people had that I don't think Vlad them necessarily cared or knew to ask, right? So so when he went on, and you have to think about now, he's kind of been hinting at, I'm talking about when they say he's talking about Juke's murder and all of that. Okay. I think he kind of hinted at that on Adam's show. He said everybody knows what happened to Juke. He didn't get into detail. He got into detail on Ratchet's show. Okay. He said he knew who was the driver, who was the shooter, who was on the passenger side, and who was in the back seat. Well, I mean, Juke's murder is still it's unsolved. Okay. It's an unsolved unalignment. Now, I don't think, you know, I don't like to say a whole lot because I don't like to, because once you start speaking out a whole lot, you give people stuff to really think about. But I mean, he said himself that when he was out, it wasn't a place that he didn't want to go, that he didn't go, even though he was supposed to be in the house. So if people are starting to accuse him of different situations, he's already put into the atmosphere, and it's recorded that it wasn't a place that I didn't want to go, that I did what I wanted to do, and I went where I wanted to go. So you have to understand, like, and it ain't nothing I'm making up. We all know this. People have been, I mean, y'all really think that folks gonna know about certain situations and not say anything? Okay, so okay, let me go a little further with this. Okay, so I'm getting ready to use some examples. When Moneybag and Stupid Duke and all of them was into it, okay, there was a lot of allegations as it relates to what was going on with them. Okay, there were a lot of allegations made. Okay, there were a lot of allegations made. And so then when we went on to the federal site, we saw where the paperwork was put up as it relates to Stupid Duke. Somebody had been an informant with the initials. Now, was in the paperwork on the federal site, public. Someone had been an informant in Stupid Duke's paperwork that said they just put the initials DW. Well, I mean, it could have been anybody. It could have been Dwight Williams. A lot of people said they think it was DeMario. What's Moneybag last name? Is it DeMario White or something, like whatever his last name is? Okay, so people were saying it was him. Who knows? I don't know. Okay, but whoever DW was, they wanted Stupid Duke and them in jail. Okay, so then we saw on the site that a month before Stupid Duke was arrested, people was, now this was on the federal site. I don't know if they had left it unlocked. You can't find some of it anymore because I think they mistakenly made a little bit too much public, right? And so, but this was on the public site. So then we saw where they was getting calls in on Lil Kenny, BEO. And people was calling in saying that they was getting tips that BEO allegedly, they kept calling in saying every time he had a little show, they figured they was throwing stuff up against the wall against him. They were saying he was out on probation and he was riding around with weapons in his car, which is why he was getting pulled over. There was an informant doing that. This was on the public site. So I ain't telling nothing. As a matter of fact, a long time ago, I pulled it up. When I went back to try to pull it up, it wasn't showing. Okay. Some of that stuff with Stupid Duke still is. Okay. So I said that to say this. Okay. I went that route to say this. They was into it allegedly with another group of rappers. Well, I mean, hell, the folks on their back for paying for that hit for Young Dolph. So, I mean, they already know that they can't just readily go and grab nobody to be doing no hits no more. So they started trying to walk it down another way. We get our people to start calling in on them and getting them locked up. Okay. I don't think God in them. I think as long as Quet is out, okay, he is definitely a threat to Yo Gotti and them and the people that's closest to him because they've had dealings with him. He has started putting that into the atmosphere. Okay. So I'm saying that to say this. Hell, they already know they can't pay for no hits because they ain't get away with what they did to Dolph. So maybe they found other ways to try to walk folks down. Okay. By trying to get them indicted. Okay. By trying to get them indicted. You send me an email. Okay. So I said that to say this. You never know who is. I mean, a lot of people feel like, and a lot of people feel this way. They feel like they may have feel like Quet got away with and he had an involvement. Thank you, Joy Loves God. I'm gonna look it up. And thanks to the young lady who called in and gave us the number. So I mean, I don't think God in them, even though I'm sure some stuff be in the back of their head because Quet feels a certain way because we've heard him say all the stuff I did for them, and then they try to turn their back on me. Where in his mind, he feel like I put myself out there for them. They ain't care nothing about Dolph, but these folks, they ain't even like Dolph probably. But these folks don't want to have nothing to do with me because of my affiliation with this situation. That's what's going on in his mind. You heard him say he claims he does not know Yo Gotti, but Ratchet got him to say that he actually talked to Yo Gotti one time where he's sworn on a stack of Bibles before that he has never had a conversation, never met Yo Gotti, although he knows everybody in Yo Gotti's family, been around everybody in his family, but never met him. But Ratchet kind of got him to say it. I talked to him on the phone one time, and I talked to him. He asked me to swash a beat, right? So everything that he has said prior to that, everything that he has said about as it relates to not knowing Yo Gotti, never speaking to him, never had a conversation with him, is asinine. Is not credible at all. That's a credibility issue. Okay. You heard Mr. N say that they actually went to a pool party one time and Yo Gotti was there. So I said that to say this, like, you never know why he's starting to have this bad look. I know he had a situation with the young lady. Okay. The young lady says, and this is public, she says that she was his ex-girlfriend. I mean, it's not, it's not up to me to say what that was. I don't see the reason she would have to tell a lie. She know her status with a man, not me. She knows her status as it relates to her relationships. Okay. And they could not have arrested him unless there was some proof, because people can say anything. She had to provide some type of proof. Okay. And so, like I said, I when he says that, I don't see why Yo has not had a conversation. Yo needs to have a conversation with me or something like that. And then he says that the crew, not the crew, he says that Yo should know by now that I have not done anything to hurt him. I don't know if he realizes, what he says, just like, I don't think people really knew, what I think people thought and was up under the impression, even as it relates to Trula Mafia, that J Money and CEO Teasy, okay, I have to try to figure out how to say stuff. Okay, I think they thought that they were like the leaders of Trula Mafia. Nobody knew that Devin Burns was the leader until Quet put him on camera and had him to admit it. Right? I think it was in the atmosphere that allegedly Teasy was the one that took out Jeremiah Taylor. Y'all do know that, right? That is what was in the atmosphere. But I think him and Devin Burns totally was able to refute that. Okay? Because they said Teasy ain't never popped nothing. He wouldn't do it. And I'm gonna leave that alone right there. He says, yeah, I never really knew how Ian connected, but Ian was part of their circle at one time. Quet used to go hard for Ian, so I never had a problem with Ian. Never knew him personally, but I knew him. Okay. So, I mean, listen, all of this stuff is out here. But, I don't go, I'm sure a lot of other bloggers don't either. We don't go digging for this stuff. We blog on what is out there. Just like any other blogger do. Just the same thing Quet do. He vlogs on what is out there. He's a vlogger now. So I would be remiss. I don't know why folks think that they can run up over here and tell me what I can and can't talk about. And that just makes me mad. Because I ain't never been able to be controlled. So when you have your analysis of what happened, I mean, all you got to do is sit back and listen. People listen to the stories and a lot where everybody is able to put 2 and 2 together on a whole lot of stuff and come up with their very own analysis of stuff. Okay. And so the truth of the matter is, I said J Money was the only one that Dolph hung with, and that's Quet X Lady. So, hey, like I said, y'all, I think, if you listen to him and you know that there's an initial problem. But I think the thing that's kind of scary about it is that it's been 5 years later. I think they killed Dolph 5 years ago. A man with a family that had built an empire for his family, come from the streets of Castelia, come from nothing. In his very own words. Right? Another Memphian. And they just they kill him. And I do believe this. If Dolph had not had as much as he had, he could have talked and threw shots back at them because they was doing stuff to him behind the scene. If he had not had everything he had, they never would have bothered him. They never would have bothered him. But it was the jealousy of it. And that's why I say it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that is the mindset of the Memphian. I walk around Memphis all day, every day. I was born and raised, okay? And so I think it's a darn shame. Ain't nobody got to tell me. I grew up in South Memphis until I was about 12 or 13. Ain't nobody got to tell me how the people in South Memphis struggle. I watched my mama struggle when I was a little girl living in South Memphis. Ain't nobody got to tell me. I saw it. I saw the people. As I grew up, and we was fortunate enough to move out of there to something beautiful, okay? I still had family in South Memphis. I saw how the people in South Memphis struggled. So ain't nobody got to tell Yo Gotti and them how the folks in North Memphis is struggling. They grew up in the midst of that. He watched his mama. He watched his neighbors. So a lot of them, and the ones that hang around him, because Head and all them grew up in Memphis, in the hoods of Memphis. All they know is they was trying to get it. So you mean to tell me y'all get out and make money, and all y'all can do is send money back through hits and take out somebody that's helping to change lives of these young men? All because they wanted his spot. He wasn't as big as he was gonna be. And y'all know what I think is sick? The fact that I still hear people comparing Yo Gotti to Dolph when they cut Dolph down in his prime. He was really just getting started, and he was able to do a lot just in that little bit of time, and they still comparing him to a man that they took out. That's how you know they sick. Oh, I'm the big ass. Why you putting out all that money and running and staying overseas? Quet didn't have to tell us when I was saying, y'all know the folks who won't Gotti. They want him because they know he paid for that hit, him and some more folks. Well, she capping. Quet get on there. What Quet do? He confirmed it. What did he say? When they brought me in, they said they won't Gotti. Didn't he say it? They said they know Gotti and Juke did this. I ain't say nothing. So he tells you without telling you. And folks have the nerve to get mad at me because, see, if you don't get to the root and start digging at the root of the tree, I know what the problem is. Straight Drop, Cornelius, and all of them have always, even Quet, has always been the low-hanging fruit. What they did was dirty because I believe Quet was involved. I do, because he had a hate for Dolph. He can't hide in that. The truth said that's what they told him, that they wanted Yo Gotti. Yes. If y'all think that, and Yo Gotti know it, listen, they could tell from the motion of Juke's bank accounts and stuff. You heard Quet lawyer said Juke ain't had that type of money to pay for no damn lawyers. Y'all think that all they paid for Dolph hit was $100,000? If y'all do, it's something wrong with y'all. Somebody got paid more than the damn fools that actually went out there and did that. And they know Juke ain't have it to do it. That they do know. Because I can guarantee you this, Juke ain't control no CMG bank accounts, period. You heard the prosecutor say that the lawyers and stuff, the hits was paid for by CMG. Then you heard Quet say Juke ain't had that type of money. His lawyer said Big Juke didn't have that type of money. But his brother Yo Gotti is wealthy. He did. How the hell Manny Aurora would know anything about that? Quit had to tell him. Listen, I'm a fair person. I always felt like he was involved, but he was found not guilty. I was like, I don't want them to kill the brother. I don't. He got his box trucks. He got his kids. Hey, God will slow walk him another way. Because I do know this, you have to reap what you sow. So I get on here and I vlog about it, but I already know that the people that did this to Dolph, just like people do stuff to other folks, you got to reap what you sow. So hey, God to get him on the back end. Not when folks say he needs to be killed. No, I don't think he should be killed. I don't want that to happen. Because I'm not that type of person. But then he starts doing interviews. I ain't got no issues with the brother doing interviews. But he already knows that he was involved in this some type of way. But he has not been cognizant of Young Dolph family. Young Dolph got a woman, he got children, he got a mother and a father, he got sisters and brothers. They're the ones that's really left to deal with what happened to him. And so you got a person that they feel like was involved. They know even more than we do. That is on the internet making money off of, capitalizing off of, trying to soil the name of Young Dolph. And he is the victim because he is the one that was killed. And so I think that was wrong of Quet to do that. Okay? I think it was wrong of him. And he's going to have to pay for that. Listen, I don't go as hard as I can go on him because I know we all be talking stuff and folks be wanting to get him to come at me all the time. He ain't said a word. They want him to, so I could put the police on him, but he never says a word, okay? Folks be trying. I believe they be even lying on me to try, because everything I say on here and I be through with it, okay? But he should have been very cognizant of Young Dolph's family. Most people, when they get off on charges that they already know that they was a part, was a part of, they go on with their life. He had the box truck thing going. He should have just kept his head down and did that. But Quet needs to also understand, Quet said in his own words that Straight Drop told on him. And he did. He ain't lying. Straight Drop ultimately decided that he wanted to keep his hook. What is it called? The hood card or whatever. What y'all call it? What is it called? Something card. Y'all help me out. The hood card. What did the young people be calling the hood card or whatever? He wanted to keep the hood card or whatever you call it. And he decided, I'll get Cornelius. He told Cornelius that. Street creds. Thank you, Joke Freed. Street creds. Thank you. He wanted to keep his street credits or whatever. And so he decided, I'll feed it to Cornelius and have Cornelius to do it. And Cornelius did do it. Quet knows that. Quet read it in his paperwork. Straight Drop was they wanted to get Straight Drop to put everything on Quet's back. The only thing about it was the state already knew that Quet ain't had the money to pay for no damn hit like that. Okay? And so you probably never hear Quet go against Straight Drop because Straight Drop knows all of his skeletons are, just like, and vice versa. Okay? it wouldn't be conducive to his livelihood to get Straight Drop to talking, although I think he is still. He ain't told on Gotti yet. Just wait till after this last appeal is denied. Then that's when people need to get worried, because he got another appeal. They've appealed to the Supreme Court. They're gonna deny that. They're gonna uphold the appellate court. Ain't no 27, 28-year-old boy gonna want to do 2 life sentences when he done been talking before. The only thing about it is he gonna realize when the Supreme Court uphold the appellate court that he ain't gonna be able to get out. He ain't told on Gotti right now because he feel like he gonna be able to get out and Gotti gonna be able to honor that deal. And it just ain't gonna happen. Once reality really hits him, he gonna tell on them. He ain't gonna just tell on Quet. He gonna tell on Gotti and all the rest of them. If y'all believe Straight Drop ain't had no conversations with Gotti, it's something wrong with y'all. Okay. Because Gotti didn't really start going up like that until after Dolph was killed. He was always out there. He had some hits, but he ain't go up like he is now until after Dolph was killed. Help me, somebody. And if you can kiss my ass if you don't believe it, because it's the truth. All you got to do is go back and look at it. Okay, when he's showing all his cars now, he behind, because Dolph was showing them type of cars in 2017, 2018, 2019. That's why they killed him. Okay, that's why they killed him. So now he's showing what Dolph was showing way before. Okay, so Dolph was really pre-2025 to 2026. He was already doing that. Okay. They was tied up in them sharky deals. He was getting his money. Okay, he was getting all of his money. He could go pay $250 for a car cash with the tag, the thing still on it. Walk in and pay $250 cash out on a car. He ain't have to lease him or rent him or nothing like that. All them cars his son got. That's what a real man do. God wanted to be like him. Instead of getting like him, he decided he wanted to kill him. Okay, because when he got that deal with Interscope a few months before Dolph was killed, I mean, Dolph had started signing other artists. I mean, you get a brother that's gonna teach these dudes the game. Okay, your God in them in trouble of not being able to sign these artists. Dolph's name was just as big. So if he tell these brothers, look, this right here is a slave deal. You can get all of your money if you go the independent route. You do it this way. That puts Gotti in jeopardy. How he gonna pay that $100 million loan back that he got from Interscope if Dolph is teaching these young brothers the game for real? That is why they wanted him gone. Now they claim that at June 1st of 2021, that's when all of them supposedly had that meeting. And in the meeting, they started plotting on Dolph. Gotti signed the deal with Interscope, got that $100 million deal, June 3rd or 7th or something like that. Okay. Yeah, he had to go because he had to be able to sign them little dudes and make that and tie them up in them slave deals and make them and make that money back. Ain't nowhere in the world as talented as Moneybagg is. Moneybagg, one of the best rappers. He's one of the best to come up out of Memphis. Ain't nowhere in the world the process service supposed to be chasing him down because he ain't paying his bills. Okay, Young Dolph spoke about that. That a lot of these artists got 5-6 people in their pocket before they ever even get their money. That's what's going on with him. Y'all think Interscope gonna give Yo Gotti $100 million deal that he got to pay back with interest? How y'all think he gonna pay it back? His records. Yo Gotti is a talented rapper, but he old. He ain't get ready to make it himself and be able to pay it back. He got to tie the Glorillaz and all of them up in these sharky deals and make it back and license all of their creativity, their songs. That's his stuff. That's how he pay it back. And then give them a little bit of something and make them famous. That's it. They ain't that wealthy. He just make them famous. And these folks come from nothing. That's why they go in these hoods and get these young folks. Hell, you get them 100 G's, they really worth 100 million because of their creativity and their talent. When they come from nothing, they'll take 100,000 and sign their life over. That's why they go to the hoods, and that's why Young Dolph was dangerous, because he came from the hoods, and these hood dudes that was talented listened to him. Help me, somebody. I know I'm preaching today. Y'all ain't got to tell me I know it. And so that's why these bitches got a problem with me, because they can't shut me up. YouTube don't pay not damn bill I got. I get up and go to work every day. That's why I can talk like I talk. Okay? I ain't got to go with what the algorithm say. I go with what Tamara say. Okay. Derek said, hold on, let me go back up here and look at this. He says, when I look at who's all allegedly involved from Memphis, I really don't think Dolph was unalive for rap music. It's hard for me to believe that, seeing who allegedly was involved. I'm gonna tell you something, Derek. You know what I think? I think when CM, Yo Gotti and Juke and whoever these other folks that the police said that wanted Dolph dead, I don't know who that is. They said they knew there was other people that wanted him dead, but they didn't at that time, they didn't know the reasons why they wanted him dead. Okay. And it was more than Gotti and Juke. Okay. Let's just say that. And so I think once they saw the disdain, they was figuring out a way to get him gone. Well, they knew Straight Drop them was already mad at him for whatever reasons. Okay. They was already mad at him. And so they took that. Drop, you see how he did J Money. I mean, Quet basically let it be known this is why they really had an issue with him, because they feel like he didn't give J Money's mother enough money for the funeral. They feel like Quet said that in Ratchet's interview. He didn't do Kamisha right. He only sent my sister $1,500. Listen, my heart goes out to Kamisha. I hate that. She lost 2 children. I'm a woman and I'm a mother. Ain't nowhere in the world that I could ever say anything bad about that. Never. I can't even imagine what she must have went through. I hate that. They were young. There's no way in the world. It hurts me when I see these young brothers and these young ladies gunned down. Let me just say that. But I can't understand why Miss Kamisha felt like she knew that her son was in Trula Mafia. Why didn't she have a policy on her son? Okay. Why didn't she have policies on him? Why she expect for Dolph to do something that she wouldn't do? Okay. That's all I'm saying. And I don't mean no harm. I ain't being vicious. I'm just saying, you can't listen. J Money was hanging around Young Dolph. He was hanging around Young Dolph because Young Dolph was giving him opportunities. When they say he was putting his life on the line, he wasn't doing it for nothing. Dolph was feeding him, I'm sure. He was giving them opportunities. He was on tour with them. Key Glock and them loved J Money. They loved him. I said before, if you go look at J Money Instagram, a couple months after he died, Key Glock posted on there, I had to come and see you, bro. I've been thinking about you lately. They loved him. So, me myself, I don't think that was right. Okay. And I know, like, especially with a lot of us, with Black people, okay, we feel like other people are beholden to us. They got it, they can give it to me. We really bad about that. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I've gotten into the insurance business. Okay. Simply because I want to learn about it. And I see in other communities, and insurance don't cost that much. You already know your kids out there in the street. You need to be trying to put an insurance policy on them, not a burial policy. You need to be trying to put a real insurance policy on them. Other communities, that's how they get instant wealth. I told y'all about the Indian community. They said they all get together and put $1 million policy on the oldest person in their family. And once they put $1 million policy on the oldest person, they all pay for it. And then when that person die, they take that money, that $1 million, invest in hotels, invest in subways, invest in all that other stuff. Who own all the hotels? The Indians. Who own all the subways? The Indians. And then after they receive money after that, they put another policy on the oldest person in their family. Okay. So we got to do that for our own children. Okay. We got to do that for our own children. And so we have it bad about feeling like somebody, they got it, they could do it for me. You don't wish death on somebody or instigate a death. If young Dolph didn't have the money, if he was just out there hustling, would they have cared? No. It's something about when people make wealth for themselves. They wanted to take that boy away from his wealth. That's what it was. And that's the reason why I talk so much about it, y'all. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler. I understand. People be jealous and I be just working hard. Why she doing that? Why she get her license in that? Because I can. Go get yours, bitch. Leave me alone. Instead, folks have their eyes on other folks so much. And then when they think they got it and they don't, well then they give it to me. I remember when Dolph was first killed. I was sitting at my auntie house with my cousins and them was over there. A lot of my cousins, they in the street, and some of their friends was over there, and one of their friends was sitting talking about he knew Dolph. And he said, and I told somebody that, bruh, before Dolph really blew up like that, Dolph was using him to do his artwork or something. He was doing his artwork or he was doing something as it relates to his albums. He was doing some type of work for him. And he said, I told him, bruh, when Dolph he started really blowing up, he started using somebody else. Dolph should have messed with you more than that. So I said, wait a minute. I stopped him right in his. I said, so let me ask you something. So when Dolph was using him to do work for him before, was he paying him? Yeah, he was paying him, but when he started making more money, he went to the bigger folks. He went to the people that had better equipment, that stuff was more up to date, more than likely. But this boy feel like he's supposed to be beholden to him. You take your motherfucking money when he was messing with you the long way and go get you some better equipment so he'll constantly mess with you the long way. That's the issue with our community. Okay, he paid you. He messed with you. Okay, when he was first getting started. He started getting bigger. He started seeing more up-to-date stuff. You mad at him? Instead of stepping your game up, you want to hate on the boy. That's the issue in our community. Okay? One of my favorite sayings is, okay, don't get mad, get with me, or get lost. Because if you can't get with me, your ass need to get lost. If you think you're going to be mad. Okay? So, yeah, I don't know. It's scary. I be ashamed sometimes. That's true. Truth hurts. Truth hurts. You telling the truth. You telling the God's truth. That's the God's truth right there. I'm gonna tell y'all how bad they messing with our community. And I gotta call him. There's a doctor, and his stuff was national. His stuff was national from out of Memphis that they indicted, and he want to come on, and he's gonna come on and talk about his story. This was a doctor that took a lot of he was a gynecologist and an oncologist, which means he he give the pap smears and stuff like that with women. He was a women doctor, a cancer doctor, and a male doctor. So this doctor was doing a lot of procedures that was taking preventative measures. He took all types of different insurance. He helped the poor Black people, right? Because he said he had payment plans for those who did not have insurance and all of that so that they can come and get care. His practice blew up in a matter of a couple years, okay? He started doing a lot of procedures. He said he left Baptist Hospital because his practice started growing so big. A lot of the procedures that he was doing at Baptist Hospital, he started doing at his own practice, okay? Well, he started doing it at his own practice. Baptist Hospital and another hospital offered to buy him out 3 times. Okay. He said they would tell him, we have to keep the beds filled. We have to keep the beds filled. I told y'all the money is in the medicine, which means they want the doctors to be performing procedures that you don't necessarily need to keep you filling up them beds in that hospital. He said he quit Baptist Hospital. He left right here in Memphis. He said he quit. His practice kept growing bigger. He said, fortunately, cervical cancer rate for Black women going down fast. It's going down fast. He said, but what's going up is that endometrious cancer, if I'm saying it right. He said it's the fastest growing in Black women. So he was doing a procedure to catch it early. Baptist Hospital had an issue with that. He gonna tell his story. He coming on here to tell his story. He said, the next thing I know, I'm at work one day. They performing in my office. My workers performing in my office. The feds break up in. He said the last time Baptist Hospital tried to buy him out, he wouldn't let him. He said he refused to be owned by any hospital. He said, they said, well, then if you don't let us buy you out, let us manage your practice. He said, I said, if I let y'all sign a contract and let y'all manage my practice, y'all will ultimately own me. I ain't letting nobody own me. He said they kept pushing. Well, you know, now they try to say with women, you ain't got to do a pap smear. He says they do that so that cancer can grow out of control. You don't have to do a pap smear, but every 2-3 years now? No, y'all keep going to get your pap smear every year. Okay. What they don't tell you is even with the ovarian, when you go get your pap smear, it don't check you for ovarian cancer. That's why when you find out that you got the ovarian cancer, it is already in stage 3 or 4. There's a special test that has to be ordered. Your doctor ain't gonna tell you that because they got to keep them hospital beds filled up. Well, he said the next thing he know, after that last meeting, and he wouldn't let them buy his practice out, the feds bust up in his practice, and all of these allegations had been, there was all types of allegations against him. And They said all types of stuff about the man. I know this for a fact. It started a few years ago. This man is still fighting. He said, while I'm still fighting them, my practice has been closed down because he's been still fighting. And that is what happens even in our community. That's why it pisses me off. I went that route because a lot of these damn artists, they've been seeing how, they've been seeing how. I said that to say this: our community has always been very vulnerable because people like to get rich off of the backs of us, off of the suffering of Black people. Okay. Would they use us as guinea pigs that do all types of experiments? Listen, when I was growing up, I ain't see no damn diabetic centers on every corner. Now it's 2, 3 on every corner in every hood in the Black folks community. You don't see folks like of Indian descent and Arabs and Arabians and none of them. You don't see them at the diabetic center. They try to say it's the pork hair. My granddad and them went out and killed hogs and pigs. We done ate everything on a pig. My grandma and them cooked everything on a pig from the rooter to the tutor. And wasn't nobody back in the 80s having no diabetes like that. Okay? And a lot of those Indian doctors know that. Okay? You have some that sell out. But those that refuse to sell out, the Asians go to their own grocery store. That you don't see them in the Walmarts and stuff. They go to their own Asian grocery stores, okay? And you don't see them up in there like that. Okay? When I was going over there to the cancer center, they told me I started doing research because they found knots, fibroids in my breast. And they was like, oh, you got a lot of them. And they was like, I was like, well, what y'all gonna do about it? They was like, oh, well, it's a hormonal thing. You just let them sit. I said, well, what happens if they sit? Well, they could turn it to cancer. I said, so, well, why would y'all let them sit in my breast for it to turn into cancer? Why? Why would y'all do that to me? I said, well, why don't y'all give me the procedure? And you can I guess you can, I forget what you call it, you can burst them and have the fluids and stuff sucked out. No, we don't want to do that to you. That would be a painful procedure. We'll just watch and see if they'll dissipate. They had me going to get my breast looked at, a mammogram every 6 months. So I remember I went up in there and it was this nurse practitioner that did, I had to go back there and she did an interview with me. She was like, is there any type of like vitamins or medicines and stuff here? I said, well, I take an iodine pill. I started doing the research myself. I said, I take an iodine pill. And she said, what? I said, I take an iodine pill. She said, if you don't mind me asking, what made you start taking that supplement? I said, well, I started looking at this documentary and I started doing research and I saw doctors over in like the UK talk about in the United States, they started taking iodine that's supposed to be in the food out of the food. And what iodine does is we're supposed to have it in our body. That's why you see so many people with that thyroid stuff now, because there's no iodine in the body like that. And people don't think to go buy iodine supplement. Iodine goes through the thyroid and it cleanses the disease. It kills and cleanses the blood. And we ain't got that to fight off nothing. But they ain't gonna tell you that. She said, well, let me just say this. She said, I grew up growing up, and she was an older nurse practitioner. She said, a family of doctors and nurses and midwives. And she said, I'm going to tell you something, darling. All they did was they always recommended iodine. Okay. They always recommended iodine. You'll have the doctors say, you'll have some doctors that'll say, well, it ain't good to, be taking it because it'll mess with your thyroid. That's what's going on with the thyroid, is lacking that. But they ain't gonna tell you that. I was listening to a UK doctor say, why don't the American doctors tell the American people to take a selenium pill, selenium, SELINUM, every day? And that's going to keep the cancer up out their body. Why don't they tell them that? Because the money is in the medicine. And so they set up in the Black communities because they know we don't know. We believe everything the doctors say. Hell, they take all of the nutrition out of the food, and they know a lot of people are on fixed incomes. Hell, don't nobody know to go and get multivitamins and minerals. They feel like if they taking a vitamin, they don't know a vitamin and a mineral is different. Folks are on fixed incomes. They don't know to go get these vitamins to help to get their body back in whack. They do that in our community. And so I said that to say this. It pisses me off when you have the Yo Gottis and stuff, when you got these young Black boys. They got the talent. And so they come into the Black community and get these Black boys that come from these poor communities that ain't got nothing. And they sign them. That's something that the Sharkey record labels have been doing forever, because they did it to Yo Gotti. Okay? And so once they blow up, instead of them breaking free, breaking the chains of the master, they go right back to the same communities and repeat the same Sharkey practices, but yet they'll take out a young dog who was free. He's a free man. Okay, teaching these young brothers what the industry was doing, teaching them how to get some real generational wealth. And they take that gem away, and you got these stupid motherfuckers in Memphis sitting up talking about, well, he should have kept his mouth closed. No, bitch, you're gonna get cussed out every time you bring your funky pissy ass in here thinking you're gonna say something to me, bitch, because I'm gonna tell you what they did to him was wrong. Y'all make me go back South Memphis on you, because I knows how to cuss. I grew up in South Memphis. Our people gotta wake up. Get that jealousy out your heart and get something up in your brain. Don't look for Young Dolph to give you nothing. Go get your own shit and stay up on top of your own game. You won't be mad at another man for not giving you something you ought to be giving to yourself. Hell, if I teach you the game, if I teach you how to fish, you need to take your ass down there instead of asking somebody to feed you fish. You need to take your ass down there and watch a person fish, or ask them to show you how to fish so you can feed yourself. That's what's going on in our community. I be in all of these old folks still having that mindset. You don't say what I want you to say, I'm going to kill you. No, I'm put the police on you, because you ain't got no business. If you ain't no fan of the show, you ain't got no business mad at me talking on my show what I want to say on my show. You a threat to my person, because there's something wrong with you. Anytime you think you could tell me what I should and shouldn't be saying, you's a threat to me. So I got to put the police on you. Okay, if you that kind. Because there's something wrong with you. Anytime you still think you can control another person, it's something wrong with you. I ain't gonna fight no man. I can't do it. I ain't gonna fight no man. Okay, I talk a lot of shit, but I ain't gonna fight no man. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put the folks on you. I'm gonna make your life hell until you realize that you can't tell me what I can and can't say. You're gonna abandon that mission. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's a documentary called Vaxxed. VAXXED. There's a documentary called Vaxxed. They've taken it off of YouTube so many times. Minister Farrakhan was promoting it. Okay. They went to the Black community. I'm gonna tell y'all, listen, I grew up in church. There are a lot of good churches, but there are a lot of pastors, and it hurt me too. I grew up in the church. It's a lot of pastors, a lot of big pastors that have taken money to sell out our community from these pharmaceutical companies. Okay. So the man that Trump got working with him now, Robert Kennedy Jr., had worked for the CDC. Him and a lot of whistleblowers that had worked for the Center for Disease Control got together and they tried to go to the Black community to let them know why I have to so that they won't try to be striking at my channel. The autism, okay? The autism was on the rise in the Black community, especially with the Black boys, right? So they tried to go to the Black preachers to let the Black preachers know, listen, they are creating vax to the nations, okay? And they're targeting the Black community. These whistleblowers that had worked in the Center for Disease Control did that. That's why they ended up making that documentary, Vax. And hold on one second. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm still on live. Okay. All right. So, anyways, they went to a lot of the Black preachers like the T.D. Jakes, the Creflo Dollars, all of the real big Black preachers, the Eddie Longs that had the big congregations, and they wanted to go there and speak about it because the main medias are bought out by the pharmaceutical companies. That's why every time you look at a commercial, these pharmaceutical companies pay these medias millions of dollars, okay, to promote their medicines. Jazzy, you didn't hear that at all. You didn't hear that at all when we was growing up. And so what had ended up happening was the pharmaceutical companies had already bought out the Black preachers. Okay. So when they went to these Black congregations and said, these vax to the nations are targeted at hurting Black boys and men. We're whistleblowers that have worked for the Center for Disease Control. We need to stand up in your congregations and get this message out. And the Black preachers wouldn't let them do it. So they ended up going to Minister Farrakhan. Okay. That's when you started seeing the media blackball Minister Farrakhan. And so they put out a documentary called Vaxxed, where all of these white scientists that blew the whistle on what the government was doing to Black boys and girls, okay, they started talking about each and every time they put it on YouTube. It's hard to find. VAXXED. They'll delete it. They try to put it back up. They delete it. They have to put it up under like an assumed name now in order for you to see it, right? They've always targeted our community. I said that to say this. It's messed up that our community is always targeted. The suffering money is, millionaires are built off of the suffering of Black people. And you have like the Yo Gottis that grew up in the hood that see how he signed a Sharkey deal and what they did to him. And as soon as he come up, he started taking on the ways of the slave master. And unfortunately, with our people, they feel like somebody putting you on if they give you fame, but they ain't really giving you no wealth. Okay? Hold on one second. Somebody told me I need to look at something. Send it to me in a text. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I think I did see that on the news. Y'all, somebody sent me a text and they're saying, let them know a bird just said, and they put this on Stan G's page. I think they put this on Stan G's channel. Let them know a bird just said lawyers are being contacted because they lawyers called them feds are reaching out for questions. All I can say. Oh wow. Um oh okay, so it was on Stan G's channel. Okay. He says apology accepted, but honestly I didn't think I needed to. South Memphis know what's up with me. So you all, like I said, when we have people to rise up in our community like a young dog, I'm not saying none of us are innocent, but when you have a gym like that that's helping to really create generational wealth and making sure he made sure them dudes around him were not put into slave deals or anything like that. When God raises up somebody in our community, we can't become jealous of them. Okay. I get to thinking about even with Dr. Martin Luther King. My dad was saying to me that his mentor, Miss Cornelia Crenshaw, when Dr. King used to come to Memphis, and this hurt me. Dr. King used to stay at Cornelia Crenshaw's house. It's some our people need some help. And Dr. King used to sit up and tell her about how he was hurt because of all of the snakes that was in his camp. Even though he was helping our community, you had black folks that was selling him out because they was jealous of him for being in the front, even though they was aiming to take his life because he wanted equality for our people. You had snakes that was right up under him in his camp, other black folks that was jealous of him that would help to set him up to be killed because they couldn't override their jealousy. And that's the same thing that happened with Yo Gotti and them. They couldn't even override their jealousy. And so they want to disguise what they did to Dolph. And you got a bunch of damn fools that, well, Dolph should have kept his mouth closed. Folks like they're real dangerous because Dolph was a grown man. He could say whatever he want to say. He could say whatever he want to say. If he wanted to get out and go walk in a cookie shop and get him a cookie, he was supposed to be able to do that without them killing him. He says the honest ones, yes, they have not said anything about Juke's death. I think the people who unalive Juke are already deceased. That's possible. That's possible. I mean, but if the people who unalive Juke are already deceased, and for Quet to be talking about it, I mean, who would want to get back for the unaliving of Juke other than his brothers and the people around his brother? Mr. 901 Southside says Dolph made sure everybody ate. They're not dead. They're in jail. Okay, the truth says they're not dead. They're in jail. The people that allegedly took out Juke. He says no. He says one is not deceased. Quit blackmailing the dude with these interviews. Oh wow. So that's what's happening. He's blackmailing the persons that unalive Juke because he said two of them can't do interviews and one of them is still walking around breathing. The honest one, yes, says I think Govan had something to do with Juke's unaliving. I think Juke and Govan were at odds. I had a chance to meet Dolph at the Trouble video shoot. My community in Atlanta. He showed us nothing but love. Wow, that's awesome. I'm proud that he's a Memphian. I love it when people have brilliant minds. And you think about this brother was able to build what he built without falling prey to the predators. And it's so unfortunate. It seems like, and a lot of people have gotten mad at me for saying this, but God says the prophet comes to liberate and to teach, right? Comes to liberate, and True That Did Alive said the killers were deceased. They might be. And comes to liberate and to teach. And if you think about it, that's something that Young Dolph did. Okay. Because you think about the slavery that the record labels have. Hold on, I'm getting ready to call you back, hon, whoever you were. Because I think I may have made a mistake.
Hello?
Hey, hon, you just called?
Yes, Miss Tamara. Hey, Miss Tamara, this is Tyrone Calloway. I'm not a subscriber, but I listen to your show every day, okay?
Okay.
I'm from Brownsville, Tennessee, man. I ain't too far from Memphis.
I know it. Shout out to Brownsville.
Yes. I'm your biggest fan, and I'm ripping Dolph all day. You know what I'm saying? I need this justice, and I think we're finna get it. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too.
And yes, we finna get it because it's destiny. It's bound to happen, and I'm just blessed the way things going right now and the shit I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't God good?
It's good. It's good. And you understand? I said I want to subscribe, and then I wasn't expecting for you to call me back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. Like I said, I listen to your show every day.
Well, you need to subscribe so you can get the notifications.
I will. What I need to do, just hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, just hit the subscribe button and then hit all. Once you hit the subscribe button, it's gonna you'll see all at the top and hit all so you can get all of the notifications.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'm finna do that right now. Like I said, I be on the road every day. I drive trucks. Like I said, I listen to your show all the time. I'm a big Dolph fan, and we about to get justice. You hear me?
Amen.
We about to get justice one way or another.
I'm telling you, you know what one of my favorite scriptures is? Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever man soweth, he shall gonna reap.
We about to get justice. We about to get justice. We about to get justice because it's destiny. You can't do wrong. Wrong follow you. You know what I'm saying?
And then they killed him for nothing. They killed him for nothing.
This time we about to get our justice. This dude go, man. It's bad, man. It's bad. He got weight on his shoulders, and it's bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's bad, and I see it. I see it every day, man. I be telling my uncle, man, he don't believe it, but I do. You know what I'm saying? We finna get our justice. But Miss Tamara, I don't want to hold you because I know you're so busy. I know how busy you are. I just appreciate you calling me back and everything. You hear me?
Okay, and I appreciate you calling. And shout out to Brownsville.
Haywood County. Haywood County, I'm so close to Memphis, it's pathetic.
I know it. It's about, what, 50, 45 minutes, maybe.
Yes. And I appreciate you calling me back. I wasn't expecting it. But shout out to you. Shout out to Alabama Hill. I rep with y'all every day, all day. You hear me?
I appreciate that. And let me say this before you get off. There is a lady, I'm working on a show on her. There was an injustice on her. Her name was Darlene. Her kids live down there in Brownsville.
Who?
Let's see, Miss Darlene. Her case has been called.
The lady. Did she die? Is you talking about the same lady up the street? What's her name, Joe? What was that lady name up the street? That Miss C. Okay, that might be a different person, Miss Stafford.
Yeah, this lady was. I'm trying to think her last name.
But man, I'm so blessed you called me back, man. I want to say shout out to you. I love you, and I'm from this. And the members and all that, okay?
Her name was Darlene Levy, Leavy.
Darlene, say it again, Miss Tamara.
Darlene Levy, or Levy, Leavy.
What happened to her?
Well, they tried to say that it was some corruption with the Brownsville Police Department, but they tried to say they covered it up that she shot herself. Although one of her kids was there, said the husband came in and did that to her. And the husband.
How long had it been?
It was back in 2000.
Okay, back in 2000.
So it's really old, yeah. But it's time for it's time for her. Yeah, it's time for her kids to talk about it and put this out there about how Brownsville Police Department covered this up, because her husband was actually working for a rich white guy in Brownsville, and they said that they arrested him, and the rich white guy walked in and talked to the police chief, and they let him go.
Joe, was that around the police station? Well, was that them Hughes? No, she said it was a Levy. That was them Hughes, was it? Had it been, was that back in 2000? Yeah, they burnt her up. Yeah, it's a whole lot of corruption that goes on that get covered up this time, man. And like I said, we sit back, we lay low in the cut, man. It's cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? But we one of the biggest dog fans. You know, we represent this shit, and we always expect justice. You know what I'm saying? And I think we about to get it this time.
I think so too.
I think so, Miss Tamara. We about to get it. But I'm gonna subscribe to your channel. I got to, so I can get on live. I gotta get it now with y'all, so you can say, yeah, Callaway in the building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But much love to you, Miss Tamara. I know you busy. I wasn't expecting for you to call back, man. But it's all love, man. And I'm sending shots out to y'all, man, for doing y'all thing. You hear me? But
all right.
I will subscribe, and you will hear from me soon. You hear me?
All right. Thank you, darling, for calling in.
Thank you too.
Bye-bye. Shout out to Brownsville. It's something that they're from Brownsville, and a family from down there wanted me to they wanted to come on my show and talk about the case of the injustice of their mother, and which is out of Brownsville, which Brownsville is like 45 minutes from Memphis going towards like Nashville. Okay, but it's closer to Memphis, like 45 minutes. It's strange. Yo, don't even hear anything about Jukes on a live and on the news or with MPD or even on bloggers' websites. Ratchet needs to investigate. He investigate everything else. Yeah. Ratchet needs to do that. Dennis says, I'm sorry that word is spelled vaxxed. Is about medical corruption, vaccine, autism, pushed by Robert. Right. Yeah, that's it. That is it. Yeah, if you all want to call in, y'all could call in. But, like I said, it's got to be better. And, I think until people can actually sit back and say in their minds, listen, what happened to Dolph was not right. They shouldn't have did that to him. It wasn't nothing right about it. Because you got to be a cold-hearted person to think that it's okay to just take a person down because they said something that you don't want them to say. Okay? That's not cool at all. That's not cool at all. But you all, the lines are open. Whoever wants to call in can call in. I said I was going to listen, somebody put Govan's number. Who was that? I can't think. Deshaun did. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, let's see. I think somebody sent me his number. Let me put that in here. Um, oh, they gave me his number. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to look up some. FITPU. Yeah, I don't think he's not over there at TDOC anymore. Yeah, he's not over there at TDOC anymore. He's either out or he has been transferred to the federal prison. Either he's out or he's been transferred to the federal prison. But somebody just gave me his number. I know a lot of times you can't pull up federal. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Just give me a moment. Hold on, y'all. Just give me a moment. Hold on, y'all. Give me a moment. Y'all, just give me a moment. I'm trying to search. I be hating to do searches with y'all waiting. Just give me a moment. I'll be through in a minute. Let me see. Oh, let's see. Oh, he's still in custody. He's still in custody, you guys. He is. He's still over there. I'm here. He's still in custody. I was looking on a okay, I'll let you see. Yeah, it's saying that he's still in custody. It says status in custody right there. He's still over at the correction center. I don't know, it's really weird that they're putting him through all of this for a misdemeanor. I mean, it is. It's really weird that they're holding him at a federal holding tank for a misdemeanor. Yeah, I find it, Derek. It's weird that they're holding him at a federal holding tank for a misdemeanor. Two misdemeanors, $4,000 bond, which is only 400. It says go to inmate lookup. His whole page was changed and info was removed and a picture. I never saw a picture of him. I was never able to pull up a picture. Hold on, let's see. Hold on, you all. It says current location IMS. Justice Verdal, send that to me because I don't see it. With what was said in that interview, could be a RICO coming, even if it ain't CMG RICO. Yeah, I gotta say is with what he said in that interview about knowing exactly who it was that took out Big Juke. He did everything but name them. He was definitely trying to. He wanted for it to be known. He wanted for it to be known, you know. And it seems like to me he has been trying to tell it for the longest. He's been trying to tell it for the longest. He said 3 people and only one is still breathing. The air that we breathe. Either he's saying that two of them are in jail or two of them are no longer with us. And if he's insinuating that two of them have already been eliminated, I mean, he's definitely going to get some people from CMG Recode, because ain't nobody from Paper Route trying to avenge the unaliving of Big Jug. So if they're saying that he's saying that two of them are already been taken care of, that means some of the people around Big Jug had them taken out. Telling you he blackmailing Jug. Hold on, I'm getting ready to answer. Hold on. I don't know what be going on. I have to call people back because it will disappear. Whoever it is, I'm getting ready to call you back.
Hello?
Hi, did you just call Real Talk with Tamara?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, Miss T. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking. So I think I see what's going on with our phones when you have to call us back. I think we're on a different time zone.
That may be it.
Yes, ma'am. Because I heard it start ringing on my end first, so I just wanted to top that in. But what I want to say to the chat and to you all, you were just getting onto it. I think Govian is sending a message to Gotti, and Gotti sent the message back and got him beat up. But no, let me be more serious. I think he's sending a message to Gotti, and he really want Gotti to reach out.
Yeah. Either it's extortion or to try to let him know that they get close to getting him or something like that.
I think so too, because I've been messing. I'm younger, so I'm around the girls that are messing with these men, and these men are talking like. So a lot of the stuff we know what these rappers are really on. Like they talking about it, they saying it, they don't care who they're around, they getting a lot bolder. Like it's hard to go to parties now. Like I hate to say it, but they talking about it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I always knew, like, the older the case got, and when people didn't get what they thought they was gonna get, it was gonna start coming out anyway. There's people that they was protecting in the beginning. Believe it or not, even with Straight Drop, that's gonna get old, because his dream of being the biggest thing on CMG is it's almost just something in the wind now.
I was gonna say something about that too, because Moneybagg Yo worked hard for that spot that you're talking about right now.
Mm-hmm.
So how does he feel? It's a lot of, and he's an emotional man. We know that through his music.
Yeah.
So I hear you when you say that. Yeah, but I really just wanted to bring it to the chat's attention. I see what Justice Vadasa is saying as well, and yeah, he's right. I think Govian is crying out. He missed his friend. He talking about he don't know Yo Gotti. He definitely know Yo Gotti. He definitely know Yo Gotti.
I think that you're right. He's crying out. I think he feels hurt that, like, a lot of people that he talk about how all the stuff that he's done. He was out there in the street, doing whatever for them. I think that he feels hurt. He feel like a lot of people have turned their back on him and left him to bear. Even though he's a grown man, he made a conscious decision, but he see now that they didn't have no loyalty to him.
And I think he's butthurt for real.
Yeah.
After he sit down and he realized, like, dang, and yeah, that's how it was. You thinking it was Cornelius? No, it's a you. You is Cornelius for real. Like
that's true. I agree.
I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you for letting me talk, and you have a great day, Miss T.
Okay, you too, darling. Thanks for calling in.
Yep.
Shout out to her. Shout out to all of the callers. Shout out to all of the callers that has been calling in. He says on the same side it was shown in the video. Some nice ladies calling in. Yeah, it's a lot of nice people that have been calling in. It's good for people to call in and express their opinion. That's pretty cool. Hey, Sunflower. He tired of watching Yo Live live his best life, and he's not dealing with him anymore. That's exactly what it. I think not only that, but a lot of the people around him, around Yo Gotti, that once reached out to him to do their dirt. They trying to they've been trying to put a lot of space in between him, and I think in Quet's mind he goes, well, he really pushed hard in this thing with Dolph on the strength of them and for them, and they've left him out there when they never should have been pushing for anything for Dolph. Like, Dolph has a strong spirit because you think about Takeoff, with the like Takeoff. You've had other artists that people would consider, like the Migos were like way national. Like Dolph was really known, but you would look at the Migos as being like a bigger group. And people talked about Takeoff, and then it faded away. People just have not, and it's not just me. Like you have other people that people just talk about Dolph, and I think it's because Dolph has a strong spirit. I told y'all this, like I really I've always been very prophetic in dreams. I promise to God. Probably about 2 years ago, I had a dream about Dolph. I've only met Dolph one time at the Debo's Chicken House, and he was in their hot wing place. He was promoting his stuff, and he was buying people's. He was passing out his CDs, and he was like, "I'll pay for your food if you just take one of my CDs." He was doing that and listen to my CD. I mean, he was a marketing genius. So people was coming in, he paying for their food. I pay for your food, take my CD. And so in my dream, Dolph was parked in a car in front of the City Hall. And it's funny because the federal building is directly next to City Hall. And in my dream, he told me, come here, come back. He said, I know y'all think I haven't been coming over there and hanging with y'all and some more stuff he was saying. He had his car door open. I could remember that dream. He had his car door open. He was standing talking to me in his car door. He was like, but I've been working. He said, I've been working. And that's why I always say, like, the spirit of Dolph, young Dolph, is strong, because you think about it then, like, his car was not parked on the street in my dream. It was parked directly in front of City Hall's door. So you have to think about a dude that had the I guess the tenacity that he had to push hard, to work hard for what he had. You know what I mean? You only have to believe. I just believe that people still have an interest in this case because his spirit won't let people rest until there has been justice in totality. And we already know that Straight Drop and all of them were like the low hanging fruits. If there had not been any money put on his head, if they, young Dolph would still be alive. Right. And it wasn't Big Juke. Big Juke was just loyal to the people that sent him out to handle the folks in the street. He was just the middleman, even though he wanted it too, but he was the middleman for the people with the money because he had a link to the people in the street. He said the link ain't working. What link ain't working, Derek? What you talk about? Are you talking about on the website? Oh, did Justice for Dolph put a link on his channel? Did Justice for Dolph put that link on his channel? Okay, let me go. I'm gonna look at it. I don't see it. I don't see the link on his channel. Okay, I was going to say, because I don't see the link at all. I don't know why he says literally his spirit. Yeah, his spirit lives. Like they interrupted a young man's life, a vibrant young man that was working to provide for his family. And then I think it was cold-hearted for Govan to say that it was written for them to kill Dolph, basically. He said they weren't even looking for Dolph. It was just written as it was just written. I mean, I get so sick of these devils talking about, when somebody life is interrupted. Well, God, that make me so mad. God wanted to call him home. Hell, God ain't had nothing to do with them murdering that man like that. They murdered that man like that and they put it on God. God ain't had nothing to do with them devils doing that. Hell, they ain't none of God. They interrupted that man's life. That was wrong for him to say that it was just written. No, them dudes decided they ain't none of God. They was doing a devilish thing. Hell, that's why when folks are killed like that, and they say, "Well, God just called them home." God ain't did that. Them devils did that. They decided to go over there and play God and kill that boy like that. They said when they click on the link, I can't see the link at all. Oh, okay. Oh, y'all, they didn't transfer him back over to. It's funny because it's showing on the federal link. Okay, so they didn't transfer him back down to the Shelby County Jail so he can go to court tomorrow. Here he is right here. Thank you, Justice for Dolph. It ain't got no court hearing. Hold on, somebody just called. I'm gonna call him back. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting ready to call it. It didn't. The phone didn't even ring. I just heard the notification after it stopped ringing. Yeah, all the info has been removed. I'm calling back the person that just called the number if you're still listening.
Please leave your message for 817-204-860.
817. I don't know what area code that is. Is that like a Texas area code? If I can remember correctly, it sounds like a Texas area code. It may not be though. just sound like a Texas. But I think like Dallas is like 214, something like that. He says, but ultimately, when we fell out, I knew this day was coming. I started to see what everyone else was seeing, went against everything right, burnt bridges for no reason. Why do you think he started to burn bridges, Derek? Why you think he started to burn them? Um, I guess I'm gonna have to save it. Let me see, you guys. Oh no, let me show you all. Let me see. Hold on, you all. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know. For some reason, I can't. I'm unable to zoom in on it. I used to be able to. I don't know how to do it anymore. Um. Yeah, he's back in jail again. Tamara, can we search the Vine page? You were on. Yeah, the Vine page is saying that he's over at the correction center. But I mean, they may. I mean, it may not have been updated because he was not at 201. Now he's back at 201. But of course, they probably took him back to 201 so that he could go to court tomorrow because they will transfer you over a lot of times the day before so you can go to court. So they will do that. Y'all make sure you all hit the like button for me. Yeah, it was on the Vine link. Let me see if I still got that up. Uh I don't, but I'll pull it back up right quick. It says Shelby County Correction Center. But he's showing in the Shelby County Jail now. He wasn't in the Shelby County Jail yesterday because I searched. Here it is right here, and it says reporting agency Shelby County Correction Center on Mullins Road. No, I didn't. You don't have to. You don't have to. I didn't. I didn't have to. Yeah, he has to go to court tomorrow, so they more than likely moved him from there so that he could be at court tomorrow. No, you don't have to create a something. You don't have to create a an account for Vine Link. You don't. Oh yeah, you have to for that. He said a he said a thumbnail got me. So I just watched the interview he just did, and he claims to know who off Juke. Why, if that's true, he didn't report that info? It seemed like, yeah, that's true, especially in the very beginning. Why didn't he? Especially in the very beginning. Said inroads last night. We had the time. Baby, you hear me? They say he wants to talk to Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti had been posting every day. We know Yo Gotti in the bushes. He be the first person in the chat every time I come on. So I don't think he had been posting for the last couple days, but since I said this, he's going to post. He is going to post. Hold on, I'm gonna see if he's posted. Hold on, you all. Um. Oh, let me see. My mind be slipping me just that quick. Lord. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got it had been posting every day. He ain't posting now. He's gonna post since I said that because he in the chat. Y'all say hello to Yo Got It because he bees in the chat every time I come on in the bushes. Watch and see don't he post. Let's go to him, the first one every time. He says God is shitting himself right now. He gonna have B Mims to reach out to him. To try to keep him calm down and to tell him not to he say he's not mixed, but he kind of, I mean, you look at his eyes and stuff, he kind of looked like he could be mixed with like a Hispanic. He said, "Nah, Govan not mixed, but his grandma looks like she got Native American in her." He said, "Big head, get your affairs in order." Y'all, the line is still open if y'all want to call in. 901-501-7975. I tried to call whoever that was back. Y'all, I gotta finish my homework. I appreciate Castelia Sammy for calling in today. Y'all in here deep. Y'all been coming in here deep every day. I appreciate that so much. She definitely looks ingenious. If I said that right. I said clip that. Y'all want to call in before I get off? Anybody want to call in can call in. Y'all know we always well, I am always representing for Young Dolph. And like I said, to me, it's about the righteousness of it. It was nothing right about what they did. And I feel, with the interviews, I think Ratchet said that he was going to break down how the interview went. I think he said he was going to do that. I was looking at something. I believe he posted or something. But I believe that he is wanting it to be out about what happened to Big Jook and for him to be so because he wasn't as vocal about it as he is now. So it seems like he's had a change of heart and he wants it to be known that he knows who did this to Jook, right? It's gonna be interesting to see how things start to play out. I think the young lady, what happened with the young lady, I think he definitely got bigger fish to fry, and which that's something big too, because to be threatening a young lady, that's not right. But I think he's probably got things that's gonna keep him so stressed out. He ain't gonna have time to. He's not gonna have time to be bothered about anything else. Not to mention, with a lot of the stuff that he's been saying and the people's names that he's been calling, I think a lot of these people, especially like the Yo Gottis and the Grips, and because I mean, Grip has managed to really go totally up under the radar. Grip has. He's been able to go totally up under the radar without um, anybody calling his name, without having really any affiliation. So, um, yeah, without having any type of affiliation with this. So, I don't think that they're gonna take too kind to that. I don't. Anyways, you guys, listen. I gotta finish my homework. I enjoyed being on here with you guys. If he doesn't get it bond tomorrow, y'all might be about. It says if he doesn't get a bond tomorrow, y'all might be about to get the justice y'all want. Well, I don't know. I'll say it. I don't know. I just feel weird. I just feel weird. I do. I just I, I feel weird about it because I've never seen them handle a misdemeanor in the caliber that they're handling this. I've never seen it. So um I think that's a lot to say. It's definitely a lot to say. Listen, you guys, I appreciate you all tuning in. If y'all want to support the channel, y'all can hit up the Cash App $ Real Talk with Tamara, or the super thanks or the super sticker. I enjoyed being on here with you all today. Listen, if I find out anything, I will definitely let you all know. They say he knew he was going to jail. That's why he exposed his Trump card in that interview. Listen, I'm gonna say this before I get off, y'all. Listen, I don't know, but I was, I was told that that the feds don't go and do, you know, what they've done for these types of charges, that it was something different. I don't know though. I guess we'll just let it play out. Y'all saw I called somebody from law enforcement online when I was online last night. So I mean that person, said that it some different. So I don't know though. I guess we'll all know and see at the same time, right? Anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I love you all. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll talk to you later.